I would definitely give him the title Mr. Nice Guy. Mr. Nice Guy, Mr. Smiley Guy, Funny Guy, Comedian, Photogenic. What else can I even give him for titles? I guess we would finish. That would be probably one. Without further ado, let's welcome with a big round, thunderous round of applause, Toastmaster Khalid.
As boys and girls turn into the young adults that we are today, they are like young lions and lionesses of the great savanna plains, itching for the thrill of the hunt, hungry and thirsty for adventure, and waiting for that pivotal, life-changing moment where they can say, I'm independent. All the while sitting and waiting for that moment, singing Lion King's theme, I can't wait to be king. But Toastmasters, that life-changing, pivotal moment that all we young adults strive for, is not the exact same thing that we all dream and aspire to. Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests, a warm good evening to you all.
Good evening.
Once upon a time, in 2010, I decided that my life-changing, pivotal moment would be to travel to the Philippines with my two best friends, Roberto and Peso, all without supervision. The entire plan was at our hands. All our choices were at our fingertips. But the most important aspect was where to find our place to stay for the 3 weeks. Now, everywhere we looked, it was too expensive. Our tickets were booked, our trips were booked, and we were stuck with no accommodation. Until one day, Roberto comes with me with a swagger, and he says, I found an apartment from the gods. I said, really? And he came to me, smiled up to his ears, and he said, I found a 3-bedroom apartment. Spacious, right next to the heart of the city. It was next to the 8th largest mall in Asia. It was home to the transport hub. It had all the best restaurants. It had no furniture. It had 3 balconies, a scenic view. Wait, no furniture? Yes, but no matter. It was 90 BD for the full month. That means 30 dinars per head. And we said, wow. So we sat there, we pondered before our flight. Well, we're young. Second, we're poor. Third, we won't be in the hotel, we won't be in the room anyways. We'll be touring the city. And of course, we were men. We can take whatever life throws at us. That was the worst decision that we have made in the year of 2010. And I tell you, when you go on a trip, always search for a better accommodation. Because when I flew, I was the second to arrive in the city of the Philippines. It took me 14 hours to fly. When I reached Manila, I had to wait 2 hours to drive from the airport to where that building was located. And I entered that compound, that beautiful compound where our 90 dinar accommodation was, and it was engrossed in a garden that was like a jungle. There were no lights, so we had to walk in the dark with my luggage. And as I had a roll-on luggage, I dragged it across the floor, and every nook and cranny that it made, all the dogs started barking. There were chickens chasing me. And when I reached my building, there was no elevator. I had to climb 3 flights of stairs with my back. Once I reached the door, it was locked by 6 individual locks. The biggest lock was the size of my fist. I asked the landlord, why are you having so much 6 locks? There is no furniture. He opens the 6 locks, well, and as I see, it was a big large hall, and it was empty. The only coating that it had was dust. And I said, this looks like someone was murdered here. And he said, oh, don't worry, sir. There was no murders here at all. Come, let me show you to your room. So he guides me to this nice, quaint little bedroom. I open the door. Of course, there's no bed, there's no nothing. There's just floor. And then I looked across the wall, and I saw a reddish-brown stain all over the wall. And I said, is that blood? He said, no, sir. We were trying to paint, but we didn't bring enough paint. Really? I didn't trust him on that. So what we did, now, we had Roberto, who introduced us to this lovely building. There was another guy, Faisal, who was twice my size, and he had the smallest bedroom. And he said, I can't take this, because he's too big. I can't take my room because someone was killed. So we ended up being in the master bedroom with Roberto. And you should have seen us. It was one huge air mattress on the floor, and 4 fans at each corner, because we didn't have air conditioning. So every night, Roberto would be at the wall, sleeping in the air mattress. Faisal at the middle, and my body on the right. And whenever Faisal had a bad dream, and he jumped, I would fall off the mattress. I would go to sleep seeing my cousin dressed in a shirt. When I wake up in the morning because it's so hot, I'd open my eyes not to the face of Nejla, but to a naked fat man. Those are the things that you do not want to see, my friends. There are nights where I have to go all the way to the bathroom at the dark, and I'm covering my slippers. I walked to the bathroom and I stepped on a stone. And I said, why is there stones in this place? So I moved my foot and I saw a cockroach. And I said, it's dead, I stepped on it. And after that, it moved. Without a scratch. And I weighed 80 kilos. I found the Superman version of the cockroach. Now, we didn't have any appliances to speak of, so our most entertaining thing that we've ever bought was an ice cooler for 20 BD. Because as soon as we bought it, we filled it with ice, we kept our drinks, and we paraded around it like cavemen, and we were saying, cold water, ice. After 2 hours when the ice melted, we never used it again. Every morning, our alarms were not roosters or dogs. It was the yelps of my cousin or Roberto when he took a cold shower, because we did not have any hot water. So every morning at the crack of dawn at 6 a.m., it's cold! And we knew it was our turn to wake up. As much as all the trips that we've done in this country, we've gone out, we've done so many things, more worse than what we had in the accommodation. But the most important thing is that the only lasting memory I have is of that damn accommodation. You know why? Because that was my moment of independence. That was my moment where I knew life is as that. And that is when I became a man, and that is when I became scarred.